Welcome top news today.
Donald Trump has been on the giving and receiving end of name-calling, from coining crooked Hillary Clinton to little Marco Rubio during the 2016 campaign, to himself being called a dotard, an arcane insult lobbed by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un just last week. But what words would average Americans use to sum up Trump in the anonymity of a survey interview? A new Washington Post ABC News poll sought to find out by asking a random sample of 1,002 adults, what one word best describes your impression of Trump. The chart shows the most frequent words used, grouping together similar categories. The top group at 9% described Trump as strong, determined, or bold. But 3 of the top 5 categories include far harsher words, including arrogant, incompetent, and idiotic, each chosen by between 6 and 8% of adults. Another 6% praise Trump as good, great, or the greatest, but the rest of the top 10 categories tilt more negative, going from bad to buffoon to a word that starts with a and ends with hole. Some 2% call Trump a racist or a Nazi. While a small percentage, these still rank among the most common single-word descriptors. The prevalence of intense, personal one-word insults of Trump are somewhat more acidic than criticisms of Barack Obama in the run-up to his 2012 re-election bid. Then, the most common negative words Americans offered included failed, incompetent, disappointing, liar, and socialist. In another contrast, Trump's biggest positive relates to strength, while Obama's included good and tries at the time. Turning back to Trump, the rest of the top 21-word descriptions is filled with more positive and neutral terms, including those complimenting Trump's honesty or patriotism. Others describe Trump as outspoken, and say the word changed, relatively neutral terms but more often cited by his supporters. Altogether, 51% of Americans' one-word descriptions of Trump have a traditionally negative connotation, while less than half as many are clearly positive, 23%, and 18% offer a neutral one-word term for Trump. The negative margin is more lopsided than Trump's approval rating in the Post ABC poll, which was 39% with 57% disapproving. But the margin is not far from the margin of strong views of Trump. 26% strongly approve of his job performance, while 48% strongly disapprove. The Washington Post ABC News poll was conducted Sept. 1821 among a random national sample of 1,002 adults reached on cellular and landline phones. Overall results carrying a plus or minus 3.5-point margin of sampling error. Emily Guskin contributed to this report.